It almost sounds like you forgot to bring something. And then you're like, actually, you know what?
Oh, no. You know what? I used
not.
to bring peas every week that were just like sprouting. So this was probably like, Amanda, you can't bring the peas in this week.
We've seen the peas, okay? We get it. We got peas.
Like kind of like rap and like do my thing out loud in front of people.
Yeah. It
was something that I had done a lot in private.
That's a big deal. You know, that's hard to do. It's hard to...
Especially when you suck at it, which I did.
It makes it even harder.
It makes it even harder when you stink at it. Yeah, I was not very good at all.
He really cared about them learning the language. And so toward the end of my time there, he said, Melanie, will you please sing us an American song? And I was super caught off guard. I was like 22, you know, and all these like 14-year-old kids are staring at me.
Just waiting for the song.
I sang Yankee Doodle.
A classic American tune.
Classic, everybody's fave.
I mean, it's so funny, and it really makes me feel old when I'm always like, now this is before the internet. Like a lot of my stories are like, internet was not prevalent at this time.
Yeah. But it's been a life ruining, a dream come true, you know, where like,
I don't know what that means.
I made the mistake of like having the opportunity to make a business out of everything I love. So everything is work all the time.
You know, they'd have like picking sessions. And I remember there was this, one of my dad's friends named Rex Cheatham. He's this large man with a weird sense of humor.
He sounds like a made up person. Rex Cheatham.
Well, maybe he was. You know, it's like childhood imagination. I don't know.
Miller Coors introduced something called Cape Line, and their tagline was like no compromise or something, a lot of flavor, no compromise, something like that. But it was like a margarita made without tequila. It's literally the definition of compromise.
So you are compromising on pretty much everything.
Everything, exactly.
A couple years ago, my mom, she's on Instagram too, and she's like, you got to follow this account, Milwaukee Photo. Like
she sent it to you?
Yeah, they go to all the places that you go. It's crazy. You'll love
must be
their
like
photos.
Behind you all the time.
Like, Mom, I am Milwaukee Photo.
Yeah, because in middle school, I remember I used to write songs for girls. Yeah, see, that's I used to write like customized songs. Yes, and I'm not even a musician. I don't even know what I'm doing.
But you had game.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it never worked.
No, it never does.
I can't believe you didn't win. That's so much effort.
It was heartbreaking.
That is.
It was heartbreaking.
I would design in random color, like the whole rainbow of colors. I would
just go nuts.
You know,
it was like
just
an LMFAO song.
Yeah, exactly.
The coolest trick I can do is a switch, no comply, big flip.
That sounds cool.
It is.
You are correct.
Visually.
Oh, geez. That one, I don't know how to explain that one.
There's a lot going on that one.
Yeah, your body does a 180. Your board does a 360 flip.
Okay.
I guess that's not that difficult to explain.
No, you're better at that than I am. And you think that you're like fooling them,
right?
Because you're playing and you're like, yeah, I'm totally like nailing this, even though I didn't touch it at all.
Yeah.
But eventually one day, my private drum teacher was just like, do you even want to do this? And I was like, he knows. He caught me. Yeah.
The only like Australian I can really do is like a Steve Irwin impression.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, but his is like, no, I don't think anyone actually talks like that. You know, like he would be like, crikey, I put my body through the ringer. Like that. That's my Australian.
That's actually pretty good.
Thank you.
I started doing it way more in college, just going out in the city and just drawing, just what I see, being kind of creepy and drawing people, but you know, hey, they don't see. Sometimes I'll lock eyes, like oh no, and then just like look at deer in the headlights. You're like, I'm gonna finish this real quick, but you know, you gotta just stay still.
And they do like an oyster eating competition, and some girl ate 45 oysters in 10 minutes.
I don't think I could do that
because they just slide down, right? Like it's like eating boogers. That's the only comparison I can think of.
Yeah, that was like terrible. If you're a rock band and you're playing a school dance, like if you don't know dance songs, don't play it.
Mm-hmm. And she took me to for my 7th birthday on a trip over to Liverpool, kind of big, you know, special occasion. And we go over on the ferry, and she's kind of old school. And anyway, the ferry gets to the other side, and then the ferry starts taking off again, and we started going back the other way. And she was waiting for someone to like disembark her off the ferry.
Yeah, like escort her off.
Totally. Yeah. So we did the trip 3 times. So.
So I took all these sewing classes, and in fact, in our basement, when my brother moved out, because he had his black light room where he smoked pot all the time.
Sure.
And so when he moved out, I converted the pot smoking black lightroom into my sewing room.
Oh,
it got very wholesome.
Yeah, really did a 180.
They were very happy.
Yeah.
Like if I'm at the shop now and like people are buying me jewelry, like employees will be like, "She made that." And I'm like,
don't tell them.
Yeah, I feel so weird.
Everybody knew Usher back when I was in 5th grade.
For sure.
You know, so like you get into Usher, right? Yeah. When even before that, so I'm like 32, so I'm trying to remember what was that first record he did, and it's got 3 songs on there that everybody knows. It's like My Way and
It was with him with like is he shirtless and have a do-rag and like have an open? I'm trying to think of the album.
That might be all of them, you know?
Yeah, it's every album cover.
Right.
Since I was a vegetarian, I don't know if you know this, but there's actually gelatin, which is a meat, like a animal product.
Yeah, isn't it from like bones or something, or eyes or
yeah,
whatever?
It's all the gross stuff.
Yeah,
leftover parts of animals, so like hooves and bones and all the really good stuff.
Right.
My wife hates this, but I have, I don't know, probably like 4 Game Boys, 5 Game Boys.
Oh yeah, I do too. I have 3, I think. I don't know why.
Even though she actually kept a few of them and like had pulled them out later on in my adult life, and I was like, oh my God.
You gotta do a side-by-side of then and now.
But the first show, we went to go play a song, and we hit play and we turned up the knob, and we were like sitting back like, okay, we can't hear it in the studio, but that's fine. Like it's going out. Like I can see that the music's playing. And then the program manager comes running in and he goes, what the hell are you doing? He's like, you've had dead air for 2 minutes.
So me and this kid, Robbie, and my other friend, Tom, who also knew guitar, put together like a little acoustic group.
Okay.
And we performed a Dashboard Confessional song at
very
the
nice.
senior luncheon.
Which one?
Vindicated from Spider-Man 2.
Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah, it was something.
Like I remember in high school, I thought I was going to be a break dancer, and I went out and I like got this cardboard and I brought it in my house. I practiced for 2 weeks, and my parents were so pissed because like I'd shake the whole house up, you know, because I'd like fall over.
Yeah, because you can't really go home and be complaining like, can you believe what this guy said today? It's unreal. Oh, you're that guy. Okay.
I mean, I do that sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I developed a taste for beer while still living here.
As you would.
Much to my mother's chagrin while I was in high school.
Which I also was like, yeah, you're right. That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
You know,
They're all
like,
dead. All the professionals have died.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to have to be dead to make any money. So I'm not like a gearhead who knows the ins and outs. I'm not an engineer.
Right.
I'm just an enthusiast. That's probably the word. I think yeah. That's just what I should have led with. I'm a motorcycle enthusiast.
Performers in Minnesota and California and Arizona, and they pick up on the fact like, oh, we can make these noises. Like this isn't, you know, this is something from the moon. Like you can't, just because you're born within 100 miles of the swamp doesn't mean that you can yodel automatically. You know, it's like.
God, his name was Jim. I've never seen anybody drink scotch like that either.
I didn't even think about like, how is this short fit, or how these don't have pockets. So like I got all these shorts and I sent them out to all my friends. And they're like almost 90% of them text me back and they're like, "Do we love these? But you should put pockets in them." And I was like, "Why didn't it didn't even cross my mind?"
And one of my friends had this like bootleg DAW that he was really into computer science, and like he knew how to download anything on the internet, and he downloaded this just because he could. That's like who he was. Just to prove that he could.
Right, exactly.
That's like who he was.
Yeah.
And by then I'd figured out that Sarah and I had to work together. So then we just kept adding. So at some point it was like, it's going to be this giant warehouse. It's going to be a bakery where people can have a craft workshop or get married. There's going to be a tattoo parlor. There's going to be a circus in the back.
I remember one of the reasons that I actually started to do this. And I thought, you know, my dad always told me, you can't make a living in the arts. And I thought, I'll show you. So